Hello and welcome. Thank you for joining us on this Travel Weekly Roadmap to Recovery webinar, where today we're taking a look at the latest from Malaysia Airlines, finding out what the team have been doing to help keep your customers safe, both in the air and on the ground. I'm Katie from Travel Weekly, and I'm joined by Daniel Bainbridge, Regional Manager for UK and Europe for Malaysia Airlines. So thank you for being with us, Dan.
Thank you. Hello, everybody.
So we're going to run through all of your information in just a moment, but I believe first you've got a few goodie bags to give away as a thank you to agents for joining this webinar. Can you tell us what prizes you have to give away, please?
We have. So we've got some great prizes to give away today. So you'll need to keep your ears peeled for the answers, because the answers will be through this training presentation. So listen carefully for the details. We've got 3 prizes today. We've got 3 goodie bags with lots of Malaysia Airlines branded goodies from us. And our top prize is a lovely scale model of our A350-900 aircraft, which is operating the London-Kuala Lumpur route today. So keep your ears peeled.
Well, that certainly sounds like a nice little reminder of travel during these times to have on your desk, or maybe even a good Christmas gift for anyone who's into aviation. So I'm sure you'll have a few takers on that. Please do just watch until the end of the webinar where we'll be giving out the question. I know, Dan, also you've got a good incentive going for taking your MH Expert training course as well, which I just think is worth a mention. You've got a £300 voucher from Red Letter Days up for grabs. So I'm sure this webinar will also give agents a good head start on that. So plenty of reasons to keep watching. Now, Dan, let's get into some of the conversations that I'm sure agents want to hear the answer to some of the questions that we've got to ask. Malaysia's borders are currently closed to British holidaymakers at the moment. It is on the Foreign Office exemption list and on the travel corridors list, or at least it was prior to the new lockdown measures that have just come into force in England. But the reality is British people can't actually go to Malaysia right now. So why have you chosen to speak to agents about Malaysia Airlines today?
So it's a great time to encourage people to travel when they're able to, and to plan for the future. And engaging with the trade and keeping our key partners updated with what is happening is absolutely critical. And we know how important it is to grow confidence in consumers in the initiatives that we're taking as an airline to get customers on board. We know that customers want to fly. We know that customers want to travel. So when they're ready to do so, when the borders do open, we look forward to welcoming them on board with open arms and warm Malaysian hospitality.
Definitely, it's a really key message to get out there, because we have seen pent-up demand. So it's actually a really good opportunity for agents to get up to speed with what you're doing, so that when travel can restart, they're already ahead of the game. And just tell us about exactly where you're at the moment. Are you flying from the UK? On what frequency? On what days? And I understand you've also switched terminals. So just tell us kind of the current status of your services.
Sure. So I'll talk to you a little bit about where we are with the network and the schedule at the moment. Prior to this wonderful situation kicking off, we operated 2 daily flights from Heathrow Terminal 4 to Kuala Lumpur, flight time of around 14 hours every day, with onward connections to Australia, New Zealand, Asia and across Malaysia. Right now we are still operating, but just a weekly flight, which is every Sunday, departing to Malaysia for November. And then we are upping that frequency for the festive Christmas period to 3 services a week to enable customers to get away for Christmas. And although British nationals and foreign nationals are not allowed into Malaysia generally, the borders are open for returning Malaysian nationals. So we are still carrying Malaysian nationals who are looking to get back home, students who are studying here, and people due to travel. So we still have an element of passenger demand, albeit rather modified. And in terms of the terminal, obviously things have changed a little bit at Heathrow, as you're aware. So we normally operate from Terminal 4, but Terminal 4 is closed, as is Terminal 3. So we are operating out of Terminal 2. So we've got a slightly different operation, but it's a very nice terminal and good facilities there for customers to use when they travel with us.
Fantastic, yeah. So yeah, I mean, there is certainly a market there for some of that VFR traffic over Christmas. We very much hope that that agents will be able to pick up on at least a little bit of that before, even before mainstream travel resumes. Now, before I hand over to you to talk us through some of your new measures and a bit of the training that you're going to be doing with us today, Travel Weekly actually joined you at Heathrow this week to see all of this in practice and to see your new temporary home at Terminal 2. So let's first see how things went at Heathrow and get a glimpse of life on board.
During these challenging times during COVID, it's important that customers feel confident that they can get on board aircraft, and they feel reassured that the steps that the airline is taking to keep our customers and our staff safe. So we've introduced the Fly Confidently campaign, which is a very thorough cleansing campaign of the aircraft, regular cleansing and disinfecting of obviously the bathrooms, all the key work surfaces, and all of our staff on board wear key PPE to ensure that they are kept safe and customers are kept safe during their flying experience. And all of this is based upon the Malaysian hospitality that customers can fly confidently when they board our aircraft.
First of all, as passengers board, they are given a hygiene kit. The hygiene kit it consists of 2 pieces of face masks, a sachet of disinfecting wipes, and a sachet of gel hand sanitizer. Our passengers are actually required to keep their masks on throughout the flight, except when they need to eat or drink. We have taken precautionary measures. We are actually dressed in safety gear while we serve them. We are dressed in full PPE suits. We use safety goggles, face mask of course, hand gloves, surgical hand gloves. Our aircraft are installed actually with HEPA filters, which actually traps dust particles, viruses and bacteria in about 99.97% of them.
On the catering side, what we have done is we've actually come away from the long service that we would normally do for the first and business class, whereby every course is actually served individually. For COVID, we've actually put it all together on a tray, so there's less handling for the crew and as well as for the passenger. The tray is served to the passenger with the hot meal already, whereas before it would be in a kit format, served individually. It's all on a tray, so once the passenger finishes his meal, it's taken away and it's all done, basically finished in 10-15 minutes. And economy, there has been no change at all. It's always been on a tray service and it's been served to the passenger the same way. There's been no changes there at all.
One thing is having people being confident to get on board aircraft. The other thing is we know at the moment that customers feel uncertain about travel restrictions and other elements of uncertainty in their journey. So to give customers greater confidence in booking and travelling with Malaysia Airlines, we've introduced new flexible fare options, the new Flex Fare, which allow full refunds, full changes, so you can book with confidence even if travel restrictions were to change next week or next month or into next year. Customers have the ability to change tickets and have refunds, etc.
Now, Dan, I'm going to hand over to you to tell us a little bit more about Malaysia Airlines.
Okay, thank you. So as you've seen in the video, we've introduced plenty of safety measures and protocols to encourage customers to come back on board. And the key here is getting customers being confident. So introducing initiatives in terms of enhanced cleaning protocols and our Fly Confident campaign to really ensure that customers are safe when they travel. And I can take you through some more details of that as we go through these slides. So obviously, to reassure customers, contactless is really, really key. So we encourage all customers to contactless check-in. They can check in via the app, via the website, to avoid any type of human contact in that process. Before boarding, all of our customers are temperature checked, just to check that everything is okay. And of course, masks need to be worn at all time. Masks need to be worn at the airport and masks need to be worn on board. And we recommend that masks are replaced every 4 hours. So on a sort of 13-14 hour flight, looking to replace masks probably 3 or 4 times on that type of duration. And all of these are the measures that we're looking to introduce, or we have introduced, I should say, to ensure that customers feel more confident when travelling, and also that our staff are safe on board when engaging with customers. So what else do we provide? We've modified the service level slightly. In terms of the meal offerings, we're offering a full meal service of hot and cold meals and a full beverage service. So we continue to offer those as complimentary. We also offer the hygiene kit, which includes a face mask and other elements to ensure that the customer's journey is as safe and as comfortable as possible. And all of our headphones are hygienically sealed, blankets and pillows are hygienically sealed. And you'll see our cabin crew, our lovely cabin crew there in PPE, so wearing masks, goggles, gloves, and outfits really to ensure that customers are safe on board. Now, you may have heard about HEPA filters, but the cabin air on aircraft is replenished every 2 to 3 minutes by very, very strong, powerful HEPA filters, which filter out 99.97% of all airborne viruses. So the air on board aircraft really is very, very, very safe, equivalent to a hospital operating theatre, and your air is far cleaner and certainly than going shopping at the grocery store or out to other places. So when you're selling to customers, you should feel very confident and able to reassure them that traveling on an aircraft has got very good types of air quality. All the cleaning measures that we do as well, we'll be cleaning the bathrooms very regularly, disinfecting them, thorough deep cleanse of the aircraft after every flight. So you will see all of that, some of which has been referenced in the video. So as well as all the activities that we are taking on board the aircraft, we've had to adapt what customers are looking for in terms of when they choose to travel with us. And one of the key things that customers are looking for is flexibility. So how do I feel more confident when booking a flight? I'll feel more confident if I've got the ability to make changes, to make refunds. In the current uncertain environment, when borders are opening, closing, travel corridors are changing every week, it's important that we can give customers the confidence to book with us, and that should things go wrong, we'll be there to look after them and make sure things are put right. So for that very reason, we've introduced new branded fare families, and we've introduced the Economy Flex products, and this enables full changes, full refunds without fee, and complete peace of mind. So this is a small supplement on the regular fare, but enables full flexibility and is already proving incredibly popular with travellers. So this is a picture of the goodie bag and the scale model that you can win. And hopefully you're paying very keen attention to what I was saying, because I think we've got a question coming up to win these. Right, so the competition time. What is the recommended time that passengers need to replace or renew their masks during a flight? And how many times will they need to do this on a flight from London to Kuala Lumpur? So if you were paying attention, you'll probably be able to get those very, very quickly. And thank you very much. I hope that was useful for you. And now I think we've got a short video to show you.
In just a little while, this could be your reality. But for now, let us inspire you to dream. Dream of the beautiful islands you will see. Dream of mountains you will conquer. Dream of stories you will tell and cultures you will experience. Dream of conversations you will have and all the food you will discover. Malaysia is here, waiting for you. And when tomorrow comes, Malaysia Airlines will take you there. Dream today, travel tomorrow.
Well, thank you very much for that, Dan. It's definitely plenty in there to reassure customers and rebuild confidence in flying. I loved everything you were saying about Malaysian hospitality. I was lucky enough to join one of your colleagues, Richard de Villa, on a fam trip just about this time last year, and certainly did see a lot of that in practice. So I have no doubt that they might be wearing masks and gloves and whatever, but the same level of service will still be there. So I think so that was all really, really helpful information contained in your training there. What do you think are the key things agents can do right now to restart their sales of Malaysia Airlines and put all that information into practice?
Yeah, so I mean, listen, thank you, Katie. We know, listen, times are difficult at the moment, and it's difficult for agents and difficult for airlines. But this is an ideal opportunity to improve product knowledge and prepare yourself for the future. And travel will return. There's pent-up demand. People are very, very keen, as you say, to get on aircraft. We're fortunate that we offer very, very aspirational destinations in terms of flying through to the beautiful tropics of Malaysia and down to Australia and New Zealand. So now is the time to plan today and travel tomorrow. Dream now for tomorrow. So we're busy working right now with all of our plans for 2021. The trade is a very, very key part of our distribution and will continue to be in 2021. So we're looking at the activities that we can do with the trade in terms of increased training, in terms of opportunities for fam trips, etc., to get people on board, see our product, and really plan for the future. And you know, I think we all need to be positive. We need to be optimistic that people do want to travel. There is strong demand. We know at the moment people can't, and it's difficult. But at some point, those borders will open, and people will be able to travel, and there'll be strong demand for people to get to destinations that we fly in the future.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, it's nice to hear a bit of a positive message there, because I think, you know, things are really tough for everyone at the minute. You know, we're now back in lockdown in England, certainly, and with the extension of the furlough scheme. But as we know, training is permitted even while you're on furlough. So for agents who have been put back onto furlough, you know, it is still a good opportunity to perhaps do the training course and find out a little bit more about what you're doing. Malaysia Airlines has also been a really active supporter on our Restart and Recovery Hub with Travel Weekly. So if you go on to travelweekly.co.uk/restart-recovery, you'll find a lot of this information on there as well around your Fly Confidently message, and you know, the new fare families and that kind of information that will really, really help agents look ahead to 2021 and hopefully start to bring a little bit of confidence and reassurance back to their customers. We really hope that has been a helpful training exercise, helpful in sort of just understanding what you will be able to do in terms of selling Malaysia Airlines right now for travel in 2021. If you'd like a reminder of those questions and for a few more details, go to go.travelweekly.co.uk/Malaysia Airlines, where you'll find details of how to enter to win the goodie bags or that Red Letter Days voucher. Please do enter by the closing date of November 30th for your chance to win. For now, thank you very much to Dan for joining us, and thank you to you for watching, and we'll see you next time.
Thank you.